Good afternoon and welcome to the CFOLC's Make the Most of Your Membership call. Happy Friday. My name is Caroline Boyce and I'm the National Membership Manager and the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Also on the line with me is Angela Tice, Northeast Regional Director and National Membership Chair. How you doing, Angela?
Great, Caroline. Thanks for having me. Hello, new members.
Hi. Thank you so much, Angela. Angela, quick question. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. Thanks so much for that, Angela. Currently, your lines are muted. However, we are a small group, and in a second or two, I'm going to open up the lines, and I just want you to probably just say a few words about yourself, who you are, what chapter you're affiliated with, and then we'll get started as this program is only 30 minutes. So hold on one second. I'm going to unmute your lines. And I see there's John and Gary and Cindy, I'm going to ask you to speak. Okay, I think I unmuted everyone. Cannot talk, self-muted. So if you could unmute yourselves, I think I unmuted everybody. If you can unmute yourselves, Cindy, would you like to start? Or John, you can go ahead.
John Orton, it looks like you've come off mute. So if you want to just say hello and what chapter you're affiliated with and maybe what company you work for, that'd be great. We'd love to know who you are.
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. This is John Orton, and I am online in Austin, Texas.
Hi, John.
It's nice to connect with you all. And yeah, I'm CFO of Amplify Credit Union, where I've been CFO there for 15 years, but I'm taking early retirement at year end, so long runway, and then I'm going to figure out my next move for 2022 and want to get more active with CFOLC because I know there's some really smart people and good ideas out there to plug into.
Well, that's a great compliment. Thanks, John. And so you're retiring from being a CFO and you're looking to do other things, or?
Good question. I often ask myself that question. So, I could continue in financial services. Previous to that, I worked in industry, and I've been on boards of some nonprofits, and so I might even look to the nonprofit space as well because I have a big passion there.
Great. And John, where are you located?
I'm in Austin, Texas.
Ah, great place to live. Great. We have a great chapter in Austin, Texas. It's very lively, to say the least.
Yeah.
It's great. We love it. Great.
Thanks, John.
Sure.
Now, I see Gary is on the line. Gary, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, I can't unmute him. And then we also, and then also we have Michelle, but I don't think Michelle, I don't know if she's connected.
Yeah.
Or Ty. Okay, I'll just wait a minute. Well, if you do come back on, I'm probably in the process of getting on, I can start. But, oh, there's Gary. Hi, Gary. How are you?
There it is. Now it works. I'm okay. I'm in Denver. I'm actually not a member. So if you need to kick me out, please do so. But I just signed up for this thinking I wanted to learn what CFO leadership was all about. And so that's why I'm here.
Ah, that's so interesting. I'm wondering how you got the invitation, but you know what? When a door opens, you should go through it. So good for you, Gary Watkins.
There you go.
Yeah. So normally what this call is all about, just so that you know, is we walk through with our new members. So we invite our new members on a monthly basis to come and join us. And Caroline and myself, again, this is Angela Tice. We head up national membership. And what we like to do is kind of give you the different ways in which you can engage and make sure that you're really making the most of your membership and how to be connected with people. We have 26, and actually we're growing, but about 26 chapters across the United States, where our members are really welcome. Though you pick a home chapter, you are welcome to walk through the doors of any of the chapters, get engaged. We have a lot of ways to engage with CFOs that are kind of in your same industry, if that makes sense to you. And what we're really all about, and I'm hoping that maybe John, Michelle, Ty can talk about it a little bit more if you want, is really connecting, the wisdom of the room and just making sure that, the collaboration happens so that you can have that gut check and you really have, that circle of trust, if you will, when you're making decisions for your company or even, going forward in your own career, and learning from those who have gone before you or are on the same path. So it's really about that collaboration and having, a group of peers that you can really connect with and trust to, move along the same path, if you will.
Sounds great. Well, thanks for the overview. And again, if you need to kick me out because I haven't paid any money, please feel free to do so.
Well, the only thing is, there's really nothing that you can get yourself into. So if you want to listen, you're very welcome to listen because maybe it'll help you make the decision to get involved.
That was my point.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because Caroline, anything that you're going to bring our members through is all protected anyway. So why don't we just keep going? Stay on, Gary.
Yeah, and Gary, where are you from? What company do you work for?
I work for a company called Hourglass Management. We've got operations in Columbus, Ohio, and Austin, Texas.
Oh, cool.
And you're located where?
In Denver.
In Denver, okay.
Ah, this beautiful virtual world we live in. So lovely.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gary. And Michelle, can you unmute yourself now? There she is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Welcome. A little bit about yourself.
I am serving as CFO for Southwest Shipyard here in Houston. They have 3 locations around the ship channel in Galveston. It's a relatively new industry for me, being in the Houston area most of my career. I'm mostly oil and gas service, but it's been very interesting, this changing scenery of cranes and big sheets of steel and big barges.
I can only imagine. Michelle, did you say you're a new CFO or you're just new to the Houston area?
No, I'm new to this company. I've been in for decades and been CFO for at least 1 decade, but I'm new to this particular company and industry.
Gotcha. Great. And I do know too, we have a great chapter in the Houston area. So hopefully you've been engaged with them a little bit anyway. And if you're ever looking to connect or get to know anyone better, you can always reach out to Janae or Mary Christensen. I'm sure they'll help you connect with people that are right in your neighborhood.
Great. Yeah, I attended the meeting. I lose track of time now. I don't remember if it was Wednesday or yesterday, but the industry meeting.
Oh, good. Yeah, I heard it went well, actually. I was talking with Janae. She said it was a good meeting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Michelle. Thank you. And last but definitely not least is Ty. Ty, your microphone was off. Not sure if you can come back on to say a few words. I'll give it a few more seconds. Okay. Well, Ty, if you do get connected, we can always interrupt. So it's about 1:09. Angela and I love to not waste anyone's time, so we're going to get started. And I think everybody could see my screen because the first thing we're going to talk about is navigating the website. So As you know, and I think many of you do know this, that when you go to our website right now, the first thing that you see that comes up is our virtual conference that's coming up June 7th through the 9th. So as new members, you should definitely click on this Learn More link and try to be able to attend this wonderful conference. We have some great speakers, right, Angela, coming up. I know I'm excited for Lululemon because I like Lululemon products. But if you scroll down, you can check out all of the great speakers that we are going to be having for this conference and to sign up. So any questions on that? I'm sure you're starting to receive information on this. So please take a look and register, because if you can see, it's 23 days away. Can you believe it, Angela?
Amazed.
Absolutely. So next point I want to start to talk about is on our website is your chapter. So I know Michelle said she's part of Houston, and I think John is part of Austin. So one of the things that you should always do is, I know you should be getting emails from your marketing director, who's happens to be Mary Christensen in this chance for both of those two chapters. But if you don't remember seeing what programs are coming up in your chapters, come over to the chapters page here and take a look at what is going on in your chapter. So if you scroll down, I'm just going to click on Austin right now. You'll be able to see what programs are going on in the Austin chapter. But right now, there's not a, I think you just probably had a last program, so there's no event coming up. But one thing to always remind yourself that as a premium access member of the CFO Leadership Council, not only do you have access to the chapter that you are affiliated with, you have access to all of our chapters. So, for instance, if you just wanted to, you can either do one of two things. You can go back to a chapter and say if you wanted to see what was coming on in Boston. I actually manage the Boston chapter, which is our first chapter, and so does Angela. So you're lucky you got both of us on the phone. And you would be able to check out, sorry, my computer's a little slow when we do these go-to webinars, but if you scroll down, we have a program that's coming up on May 19th. Now, Ethical Dilemmas of the CFO, and if you wanted to sign up for this program, you can just click on it and it will take you to a page where you can register for that program. As a member, premium access member, you do not pay for any of these chapter programs. So if you need to get your ethics CPE in, definitely sign up for this program. Any questions? Okay. Let me show you another place real quick on the website, just in case you miss a program. If you go under the, sorry, we changed a couple of the margins here. If you click on events, you can actually see all of the events that we have coming up with the CFO Leadership Council over the next year. All of our events, our national webcast that Angela works very hard on top of all the other things that Angela works on. But we have some fantastic programs that are coming. So definitely take a look at what's coming up. It is a plethora of information for you. Keep in mind, and I'm going to talk about this later on, some of our programs are recorded and we put them in our portal, our member portal. Note, some of the programs are not in the portal because speakers sometimes, unfortunately, do not want to be recorded. So if you can sign up for a program, register yourself, please do if you can. You can try to look for it in the portal, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. But you know, just keep in mind, not all of the programs are in the portal.
And let me interject there too, Caroline, if I can. So we highly recommend that you attend the live program, because it's in the live program that as a member, you always, if it's important to you, you get CPE. If you're listening to a recorded program, there are no CPE for recorded programs at this time. It's really just for your benefit to go in and listen. It's a great resource. There's so many different recorded programs in there with great PowerPoint presentations. You'll find that so many of them can be a really good resource for you when you're actually looking for information to help you, make a decision or whatever the case is, or just get good education. So I just wanted to make sure to point that out.
Oh my God, such a great point, Angela. Thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. Any questions on that before we move on to our next area? Okay. Our next area, Angela, which everybody loves, for I notice for our members, is our CFO Connect, which is also our Google group. Many of you, of course, Gary, you don't know this because you're not a member, but when you are a member, we have a Google group which our members are a part of. So as soon as they sign up, they are directly added to this group in which they can pose questions that they need answers about. And members just love it because they get answers right away. Our members are always willing to help each other with an issue or problem that they're having. So a member will take, I'll just pull this out. This is an opportunity that someone shared. We have job opportunities. They have issues that they might be trying to solve. They'll pose this question on this Google group. And the way you pose the question, and I'll show you that in a minute, is that the question, it goes out to the group. And then when you answer to directly just to that person. Person who at the end will gather up all of the answers and then shoot out an email. On this particular one, she's just saying about an opportunity, but if there's like a problem, you can always go back and review it, and then the person will send an answer. And people just love it because you'll get an answer right away. I mean, yes, a few days ago, I had a member that asked me to post a question in regards to recruiting. They had a contract and they weren't sure how to negotiate it with the temp agency. And I posted for that person, and immediately, I'm talking after I posted it, I got at 6 or 7 answers right away, and I sent it to the member, and they were like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." So I'm going to gather up those answers, and I'm going to send it out so everyone else could understand, the answer to that question. So when you send an email on this Google group, please note, currently, when you ask a question, you should pose it in the to section. You should send it to yourself. It's here. And then you should BC the email address of the Google group. That's where everybody will send an answer right back to you, as opposed to replying to all, which will make people upset. Note also, I am one of the people who moderates the Google group along with Jack McCullough. So when you send a message in our Google group right away, we are monitoring it, so you're not replying to all. So give us a little time to be able to post to the Google group. Angela, do you have anything to add? Did I miss anything?
No, that was pretty good. So again, if you, Caroline keeps saying Google group, and we always call it the online forum, and that's
Right.
really what it is. So just, if you've experienced other online forums, this one is so powerful because, as Caroline explained, you pose a question, you put it up there, and you really do get your answers, and it's about anything. And if you could have seen, maybe some of you experienced it if you've been with us for a little while, but when COVID hit, it was just on fire with people helping each other with, PPP loans and where to go. And I mean, any information where you really needed to get that, this is the connection we're really talking about. and it's in this online forum that you really get those answers. And FYI, the only people who are part of the forum are our members. So sponsors are not part of this. The only people who really share any information here are our members across the United States in those 26 chapters. So, yep.
Thank you, Angela. And if you ever want to search, the last thing I wanted to show, if you wanted to search for a specific topic, for right now, I'm going to type in PPP loans. You can type in a specific topic and be able to search regarding that topic. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before I move on to the next topic? And thank you, Angela, for that too.
Sure.
Okay, great. Now we're going to move on to our portal. Now, as everyone knows, this is our membership portal. You use this to log in and pay for your membership. I'm just going to go over a few things to make you aware of. When you log back into the portal, a couple of things that I would like you to do when you have a moment is to review your profile. Try to make sure if you scroll down, when you log in, you'll see this page right away. And it always comes up on your profile. Please make sure if you scroll down to make sure that all of your information is up to date. We use this information for, ourselves to make sure that we're giving you the best possible content. So, and we want to connect with you, and you want to be able to connect with your other members. So we just want to make sure that we have all of your information that's up to date. Another thing is too, if you go under information and settings here, is a preference category. Go over this list because we're here to help you, but we don't want to harass. You'll get a lot of messages if you don't go over this under the preferences. So just go over here and click the preferences that you would like to have. But make sure that you leave a couple on so you can be able to see what's going on. Or you can always just log in, every few days to see what's going on, connect with new members. Sometimes we have on this area in our member portal, this is where some of our sponsors can send information. But listen, we make sure our sponsors do not sell to you. They're here to assist and help you with anything that might be on your mind. So this is a great opportunity for you to just take a look at what we have here. Another thing that I think is really great for you to take a look at is this quick links. Everything that you want to know about this portal is on this quick links. Now remember, previously, a few minutes ago, I told you about going to our website and looking for our events. Well, if you log in to our portal, you can actually go to our event calendar under quick links, and you will be able to see what programs are available and to register for them. Not only will you be able to register for them, but you can export them to your calendar, which is a great tool to have. Another thing, I'm going to go back under quick links, is CFOLC program recordings. As Angela and I were mentioning to you, we have recordings of our programs. I think they go back as far as 2019, but it's not a lot of programs. As we said before, some of our programs we cannot record, but we have put as many programs as possible on here that we could record, and they are in various different subjects. So take a look when you have a moment of all the different programs that we have in our library. It is fantastic. And on top of that, the president of the CFO Leadership Council wrote a book Secrets of Rockstar CFOs that he also placed here for free. So if you wanted to read it, it's a great read. It's a quick read, and it's something that, you know, I think you would get some benefit out of. Angela, do you have anything to add about our library?
No, but I think you did a good job there, Caroline.
Thank you very much. I tried. And speaking of good jobs, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you about Angela, who's also is one of the, she helps run CXO Now, which is our network of women programs, which are absolutely fantastic. So we also have here our CXO Now recordings. And I got to tell you, you had some really great speakers over the last year. And it's been only a year now that you've been doing this, right, Angela?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So we have, this is a virtual community, and we started it as a virtual community, just really understanding that, you know, a lot of women especially are really just bombarded with so much to do. So we wanted to make it as convenient as possible. So we started it right before COVID hit, and it was just really interesting that we, you know, originally said we would do virtual meetings. So it's a national get together, and we have phenomenal people that we have had on. We do fireside chats, and we've just begun a new thing that we call Positive on Purpose, where we get together on a monthly basis and just kind of talk through what's been going on. It's an extremely supportive group, and the X stands for variable. So the C-suite of women are not just CFOs, but they are women from all different leadership industries or jobs. So you could be a CEO, you could be a chief people officer, you could be a VP of whatever. So it's really a mixture of women in leadership that get together, and we're really proud of what's going on there and how we're growing. So thanks for highlighting that, Caroline.
Absolutely. I mean, you do such a great job at it, and we appreciate it. So definitely take a look at it. I also run the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative, and we just started in December, and we also have a few programs that I think you'd like to take a look at that's under the CFOLC recordings under Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. So definitely, when you have a moment, please take a look at it. Any questions before we move on? No, it's 1:27. Okay, I'm going to go back to our home screen for a second. Give me 1 minute. And I want to show you your groups. If you are new and you're trying to connect with other people, I know we have Houston and Austin on. If you go under groups, make sure to click on here and search for your group and connect with your group. So if you do Houston, I don't know if I'm a member of Houston, but if you click and search for Houston, you can find the chapter. And I think I'm already a member of Houston, but when you search for Houston, right underneath here, there'll be an action that states, would you like to join this group? But since I'm already a part of this group, I don't see that. But connect with your group, Austin or Houston. And if you want to connect with your group that's closest to you, you can also connect with other groups as well. And you'll just get specific information for that group. And you'll get to meet and know other people. Another thing too, also, we have forums. Now, we talked about our forum that is in Google, but we actually have forums that are directly in our member portal. So if you go into quick links and forums, you'll see that we have a couple of them. We have a nonprofit group that you can join, a NetSuite user group, and our founder has Jack's Corner. So definitely go in and take and join those groups. Thing I want to show, because it's 1:29. If you can't remember everything that I said about what we talked about, go to our quick reference guide. We put together a reference guide of everything you need to know about the portal. So if you didn't remember what we had to say or what we did, it is here. And another thing that we also have is an area called Let Your Membership Work for You, in which we have a couple of these videos that talk about what I just talked about, like updating your profile, your information settings, getting connected with our members, accessing our member directory, and one of our Make Most of Your Membership calls. So as we said, if you don't remember it, that's okay. We got it all here for you. And that is all for our Make the Most of Your Membership. I'm just going to open it up. So if you have any questions right now, please ask us. John and Michelle, are you guys good?
Hey, it's John. I had a quick question. Can you upgrade your membership midway through your subscription?
Well, we only have one membership now, which is Premium Access Membership. I think maybe, John, you remembered when we had Standard Access
Right.
membership. And when did we get rid of that? Was that a few months ago, Angela?
Yeah, we decided, John, and actually we upgraded your membership during that time. So you actually have access to everything now. So when you go back to renew your membership, you will renew as a Premium Access member. Are you up for renewal?
Not for a few months, and I definitely want to renew. But I was like thinking for some of the programs, there's like no charge for premium. I think like a $65 charge for what I used to have. So I was just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, so you should not have that anymore. If you go into, and let's make sure of that, Caroline, let's make sure that John is actually upgraded. We did it on purpose because we just thought, we really wanted to keep you all connected. And so we upgraded your membership and did away with the standard membership. The reason for the standard membership in the beginning was because before COVID, we didn't do as much virtual meetings as we do now. Of course, everything right now is virtual. And so when we did that, we said, you know what, let's just give all of our members access to everything so that you can really be connected. I would imagine if you tried to, let's say it was a New York City event and you wanted to take part in that, it should show up as 0. And if it does not, Caroline is the wizard behind the scenes. She can make sure that you're set up properly. The only thing right now is if you wanted to come to the conference, I think the price of the conference is different only because of how you started, but come into your renewal as a Premium Access member, you really do have the Premium Access membership, which means you have access to everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I did sign up for the leadership conference under the early bird, so I've been signed up for a little while. So
great. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And I'll tell you too, when we're able to do it in person again, you absolutely want to be there. The energy that is in the room is phenomenal. I cannot believe when I finally get through like the 3 days and I go back home, I can't believe how exhausted I am. Not because of how hard I work, it's just from all of the energy that I absorbed. It's just amazing. It's like coming off of a high. It's a really, it's a great event. And, as you meet the members across the United States, it's such a phenomenal group. I'm so proud to really be a part of it and to lead it, mostly because our members make us look so good, quite honestly.
Absolutely. And John, I'll definitely check after the program to make sure that you're all up to date, and I'll get back to you. How's that?
Sounds great. And yeah, the membership is so valuable, but Google Groups content is worth the price of admission alone. It's just fantastic.
It's amazing, isn't it? And John, I can sit here and tell you a million stories about people who, my favorite story, and I'm just going to tell you this really quickly. There was a person who they had to do some type of international reporting. He was a brand new CFO in a company where he never had to do any of that before. And he ended up getting some paperwork that said, you are behind in your paperwork. And if you don't get it in within the next 24 hours, you're gonna be fined. Your company's getting fined for every day that it's late. And I don't remember the paperwork that had to be filed. Long story short, he goes up on the Google group and he puts in exactly that. I have no idea what they're talking about. This is the form. I've never seen it before. Never even knew that I had to do it. Please help. Well, one of the women who has worked at International for a really long time writes back and she says, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm literally going to be on a flight, but as soon as I land, I will call you from the airport and I'll walk you through it. And true to her word, when she landed, she found a comfortable place, called him, and literally walked him through the paperwork so that he could get it done in time. And I just thought that was like one of the best stories of people helping people. I loved it.
That's a great story. Thanks so much, Angela. Michelle,
Yeah.
do you have any questions before we go? I know we're a little bit over.
Okay, looks like we're going to give back the time.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you so much for attending our Make the Most of Your Membership call. Angela and I loved having you. So have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend. Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Thanks. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.